Bentley Continental GT has unintentionally become the definitive footballer's car. Driven by young men in tracksuits who blow their week's wage on a medium-sized island. Quite rightly, old-school Bentley boys and girls could well be put off by those connotations. Which is a shame, as they could be dismissing this. The Continental GT Speed. Which would mean they'd be missing out on just about the most important vehicle on sale today, because this is the cheapest 200-mile-an-hour car money can buy. True, £137,500 doesn't exactly make it a bargain. And true, Bentley has confessed that there is nowhere in the UK that's long enough or straight enough to tickle its top speed of 202. But that's still no reason for it to be the exclusive trinket of Premiership players. Let me explain why. Firstly, there's the handling. The standard Continental GT felt every inch of its 2.3 tonnes. Could say it was all show and no go, but this Speed GT is show and go. The modifications to the Speed's chassis may be subtle, a slightly lowered ride height, uprated suspension and bigger 20-inch wheels with bespoke tyres, but they are enough to turn this GT from a grand tourer into a great turner. The four-wheel drive chassis has got a bottomless bucket load of grip, although a retuned ESP, complete with new dynamic mode, does allow the spirited driver to let the car dance a little before those safety systems intervene. And once the traction control system does make its presence known, or rather felt, then at least you can put the power down and off you go. The steering has undergone some tweaks, so it's now more responsive, and that's also helped in part to the low-profile tyres. With less tyre wall, there's less flex when you turn in. It's also got a lot less body roll, which really helps you attack the first part of the bends. I cannot believe how light this car feels. Then we come to the luxury. Bentley does interiors brilliantly. It's much harder to spot the shared bits from parent VW these days. Every time you open the door, you're reminded you made the right choice. There's the diamond quilted seats, turned dashboard and drilled pedals that set the fastest Bentley apart. There are even seat massagers, just in case you need relaxing whilst doing 202. Which of course brings us to the Speed's speed. If there was any car that does what it says on the tin, then this is it. It is the fastest production Bentley has ever made. And here are its ingredients. 6 litres, W12, twin turbos and 600 bhp. It takes 4.3 seconds to hit 60 miles an hour, which isn't quite as fast as a Ferrari F430, but then this thing does weigh almost a ton more. It is still a mightily impressive standing start figure, but perhaps what is even more impressive is the fact that at 186 miles an hour, this thing accelerates twice as fast as the normal Continental GT. All that muscle goes through a 6-speed box, and each change is seamless, even in the most aggressive sport mode. What have we got here? 5,000 RPM, just nudging 80 miles an hour. Boot it, 6,250 RPM changes. Did you feel it? No. Did you hear it? No. Here we go again, 4th gear, 120, changes to 5th. There's barely anything there to tell you that it's changed gear. It's velvety, it's beautiful. Great speed is matched by great brakes. In fact, the biggest brakes on any passenger car. The front discs are the same size as a hatchback's wheels. And knowing how well they work just encourages you to go and see how close to the maximum speed you can get. Right, let's see how much bottle I've got today. 145 miles an hour, 5,250 RPM. The throttle isn't even near the carpet yet. What are we pulling? 155. Oh, come on, let's do 160 and then I'll be happy. 160, 6,000 RPM in 5th gear. So I still had another gear to go. I still had more revs to go in that gear. But today, for me, 160 was enough. Thanks very much.
It's absolutely beautifully